welcome to the Narrowing Path, Walking the Spiritual Walk. My name is Stephen Einstein. Thank you all for joining me today as we go through and we do today's daily reading from James Allen's Daily Meditations. This, of course, will be fresh to you and fresh to me, meaning you'll get my genuine response, reactions, observations, and what I relate to about the reading, because this will be the first time that I hear it or read it right here on the podcast with y'all. So I'm looking forward to it. It's always a highlight of my day, that's for sure. Yesterday's was about what stuck with me was that mental condition that we were talking about yesterday, where it said that our physical bodies are really a response to our mental condition. And I do believe that. And it's just been something I've been pondering throughout the day. Right. What do I have on my mind? Right. What's my mental state that might be causing these aches, these pains? Even things like that's holding the weight. What am I holding on to emotionally or mentally that's holding on to um, uh, that's holding on to weight, holding on to fat, holding on to my body, right? That's these types of associations that can really change. So let's see what today has to bring. All right, so here we go. This is August 15th reading from James Allen's Daily Meditations. If you were, excuse me, almost missed the first word, the first opener. Because if you don't know the structure, these have like almost a quote in italics, or almost, a quote, and then a main body, and then another ending thought. So the first opening quote and opening line thought is renounce. So renounce. Now the main body. If you are given to anger, worry, jealousy, greed, or any other inharmonious state of mind, and expect perfect physical health, you are expecting the impossible, for you are continually sowing the seeds of disease in your mind. Such conditions of mind are carefully shunned by the wise man, for he knows them to be far more dangerous than a bad drain or an infected house. If you would be free from all physical aches and pains, you must put your mind in order and harmonize your thoughts. Think joyful thoughts. Think loving thoughts. Let the elixir of goodwill course through your veins. Put away your jealousies and suspicions, your worries, your hatreds, your selfish indulgences, and you will put away your dyspepsia, your biliousness, your nervousness, and aching joints. If you would secure health, you must learn to work without friction. Well, it's another one that's just expanding on what we were talking about at the sort of the second half of that one yesterday. And I'm glad we did. I think it's funny you said aches and pains. I think it's what I said at the opening of this too, right? Aches and pains. But no, this is a great one. And when you think about it, right, it's a mental state that leads into certain behaviors, and the certain behaviors result in certain manifestations in your body. Like, there's the science that backs this up too, right? So I enjoy these things. I enjoy this these perspectives that come forward because it aligns with spiritual teachings a lot of times. Well, almost all the time. If a physical rule, or if a how to say this, I believe everything in this physical world, material world, is complemented or backed or directly linked to a spiritual rule as well. Things are mirrored that way, connected that way. This is just what we bring into it. So let's go back through this line by line. The first one makes more sense now. Excuse me. Didn't want to cough in y'all's ear. Sorry about that. So yeah, the first word makes more sense. Renounce these bad states of mind, these negative thinking, negative trains of thinking, and yeah, renounce. How one word can make it have a very large effect. I'm actually going to look up the definition real quick. Formally declare one's abandonment of a claim, right, or possession. So, formally declare one's abandonment of anger or worry or jealousy or greed. Right. So, this is the opening line of the main body. If you are given to anger, worry, jealousy, greed, or any other inharmonious state of mind and expect perfect physical health, you are expecting the impossible, for you are continually sowing the seeds of disease in your mind. Yeah, it's anger manifests in people. You can see it on their faces, you can see it in their body, the tension that just goes through it, the physical toll because there's it's adrenaline running through their veins. There's so many hormones that are just destroying them, and they just get put in this mental state as well, which is a constant aggressive state. A lot of people with anger issues. I was one for a little bit there. Um, they think they're okay, and then suddenly go to a 10, and it's not it's not how it usually is. It's actually someone's usually walking around at a 9 all the time, and then something just sets them over the edge, right? So but in their mind, they feel like they're perfectly calm. But when you're used to being at a 10, a 9 feels perfectly calm. They don't know how much peace there is to go still, right? So it's very interesting. So, but anger, worry, jealousy, greed, all of these have their own physical manifestations on the body. All of them have their own um, negative and selfish and um, harmful thought processes that go along with them. And that's what he's saying here. You can't expect perfect physical health when you're entertaining and courting these emotions of anger, worry, jealousy, greed, or any other types of sin or ignorance, right? And any other type of self-serving thoughts. So, such conditions of mind are carefully shunned by the wise man, for he knows them to be far more dangerous than a bad drain or an infected house, right? Like it's the state of mind that's the most dangerous. And these are back in the days when this was written, sources of infection, sources of disease, bad drain, infected house. Like so, there's someone sick in the house. House carries a disease in it, right? Um, he's saying these mental states are far more dangerous. They make us more susceptible to being sick. Our bodies to have a higher tax and a higher toll taken out on them. These are the things that cause disease. These are the things that cause physical manifestations of our mental states, these thoughts. If you would be free from all physical aches and pains, then then put your mind in order and harmonize your thoughts. So if you want to heal your body, heal your mind. If you want to heal your mind, heal your soul, come from love, then you'll change your thoughts, then you'll change your actions. But it goes backwards. So actions stop, actions stop, thoughts change, intentions shift. Pretty cool how it works that way. But if you would be free from all physical aches and pains, you must then put your mind in order. Harmonize your thoughts. Pure. This is talking about the process of purification again, right? This is what we have to do. Think joyful thoughts. Think loving thoughts. Let the elixir of goodwill course through your veins, right? Positive attracts positive. Negative attracts negative. You attract what you are, right? It's if you're fear filled and insecure, you'll attract fear filled and insecure. If you're angry, you'll attract angry. If you're sad, you'll attract sad. If you purify your thoughts into being joyful, harmonious, loving, the elixir of goodwill will course through your veins. Put away your jealousies and suspicions, your worries and your hatreds, your selfish indulgences, and you will put away your dyspepsia. Now, this is, I wanted to look this stuff up too for you. I'm sure this is indigestion. I think this has something to do with the digestive system, but dyspepsia, indigestion. Yep. Okay. So we put away. You will put away your indigestion. What was the other? Biliousness. Bilious. Affected by or associated with nausea or vomiting. Your your nausea, your vomiting, your nervousness, and aching joints. So when you put away the, let's see, let's look at that list again. It's quite a list, right? It's a list of so many of common sins, including my own. And I won't lie, jealousy was one of my worst character defects when I went through the steps of a 12-step program. And so put away your jealousies. That's the number one thing he says here. I think that's probably um, for a reason. Put away your jealousies and suspicions, your worries, your hatreds, your selfish indulgences. Selfish indulgences, like that can be a lot of things. It can be um it could be the excuse me. It could be the things we list a lot of the times on here with the like the drinking or the drugs or the sex or the gambling. But it can be things like eating as well. Let's make sure we don't forget that. Distractions like or video games or social media or anything of that nature, like there's so many things that are just selfish indulgences, pointless, selfish, pleasurable indulgences, right? And honestly, all of our emotions are selfish indulgences when we sink into our emotions and we just ride the wave of them and enjoy that and get our distractions and our emotional highs and lows from it, right? That's also a selfish indulgence. Let's be very clear about that. So we're talking about actual objective selfish indulgences, emotional selfish indulgences. These are big things. And then suddenly, when you let those things go, your indigestion, your nausea, your nervousness, and your aching joints will disappear. Suddenly, your body will start to recover because you're not taxing it so much with the emotional and mental strain you're putting on it because of the state of mind you maintain and the thoughts you entertain. It's all linked. All of this is linked, which is pretty amazing at the end of the day. So, and then the last line that it closes with here: if you would secure health, you must learn to work without friction. Right? That reminds me of a line from the 12-step programs. It's ceased fighting anything and anyone, right? You don't fight this world, you don't fight this life. You allow this life to be, and you flow with it. You incorporate yourself into the flow of life rather than fighting it. So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for today. Thank y'all for joining me again for another reading. And I really do appreciate everyone that jumps on and takes a look at it. And this is turning out to be a really good month. And I'm enjoying it all so far. So I'll be back again tomorrow. Until next time. Thanks.